Hey everybody, Chris Horton with Addicts, and welcome to another episode of the Addiction series. Today I'm going to talk about some techniques and training exercises to get ready for archery season.
All my walls are covered in words, and while you sleep I mark my goals. Stand tall, think clear, don't let them see a hint of fear. Lines and dots, zoom in, zoom out. Open your window, let them hear you shout. Right on the poles, right on the street. Always remember the future is near.
Right now I'm just finishing up getting my bow ready, and we're going to walk over here and I'm going to show you, as we are 6 days away from opener, the number one training exercise that I do this time of year. This time of year, it's about being consistent, and what I do is I try to shoot every day, but I don't shoot hundreds of shots every day. I've got my bow tuned to a fine point right now. It's shooting perfect, everything's great. My D-loop's in great shape, string's in great shape. And due to past experience where I've actually literally worn out D-loops right before season and suddenly had to retune a bow and such, I tend to get my bow in perfect shape a couple weeks before season, and then cut my shooting down to about 20 shots a day. And that way I'm still staying consistent, but I'm not risking causing damage to something, because I do shoot year round. So I find that suddenly shooting 100 shots right before season versus just 20, you can find yourself prematurely wearing something out and suddenly being back to square one. So I've got this little camera, and what I'm going to show is my cold shot, cold bore. What I do is I basically walk up to the 60-yard stake and shoot one shot and judge myself on that shot. When you're out hunting, you get one shot, right? There's no warm-up. There's no shooting the target 10 times. Oh, now I'm sitting here good. Now I'm going to make this shot. You've been hiking all day. You've been hunting. Maybe you fired a couple shots at camp in the morning early or the night before, but you've been going all day, right? You're not warmed up. Your ability to make the shot cold bore will be determine how you're going to be able to do it hunting. But while hunting, suddenly you've got adrenaline, right? I've got no adrenaline going right now. I'm not rushing. I'm not out of breath. So if I can't make this shot cold bore, then I should probably not be making that shot for hunting season. And I'm hoping I don't screw it up today on video. This is not going to be edited. This is going to be 100% the reality of what my shot ends up being. And go try not to screw it up for you guys. So I'm going to set the camera up on the target. I'm going to carry this camera over there and show you what I do. So again, like I said, this is my cold bore 60-yard shot. And my rule is I treat this just like a hunting experience. I don't redraw. I get my draw, I point, I settle, I shoot. Today I'm dealing with wind. That's the reality. That's going to tell me where I'm at in a real hunting situation. Had a little vibration right there, actually. I heard something vibrate. I got an arrow loose. Oh, that arrow's loose. Right there. That's what that was. So, just had a little vibration right there. Reality pulling it out of the case and coming out and shooting. So always want to make sure you're checking things like that. But let's go check how that shot went. Being 6 days away from season, I'm happy with that. You know, and that's what preparation gets you. Now I'm going to start going over a few different exercises that I do preparing for actual hunting situations. And I'm going to use the cover and this range right here to show you what you can do. First one I'm going to talk about is going to be my count exercise. So here's my count exercise. Count exercise is basically preparing you for what the reality of calling in and shooting an elk with a bow is like. One of the number one things I see when people getting ready for archery hunting miss is the fact that when you're working an elk, oftentimes they hang up. He's coming in, he goes behind the tree, you draw, he comes out, but he hangs up. He's sitting there at 30, 40 yards, and he's just standing there looking and looking and looking. Maybe your buddy's back there calling, he's trying to figure out where that cow he hears is, but for some reason he's hung up, and you're stuck at full draw. How much have you practiced that? How long can you hold? This exercise right here is a good way to prepare to be able to hold. Because the reality is most people pull back, they draw, they hold for 5, 10 seconds maybe, and they shoot. They draw, they hold for 3 seconds, they shoot. That's not what happens a lot of times hunting. So what I do on this exercise is I come to full draw, I settle, and I start counting all the way to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. And I let go at that 100. Why do I let go at exactly 100? Because in my mind, I am having to make sure I am settled right there. There's no 100 and then trying to get back on it. Get yourself settled. You have, when you say 100, you let go. You shoot, because of the fact that you need to be in control that entire count. If not, when that bull walks out and you've been holding and you're at your draw and you're sitting there not able to be settled, you punch a shot, you're high, you're low, you hit them bad, and you don't want to do that. So this exercise is a simple way to prepare yourself to actually be ready to hold your draw for extended periods of time. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is shooting from a kneeling position. Another thing a lot of people do is they practice shooting standing up the entire time. And again, from my experience out in the field, most of the time that's not reality. So what you want to do is make sure you have practiced shooting from different positions, coming to a draw. My personal favorite actually out hunting is on your knees like this, being settled, being down, draw, shoot. I didn't hold right there, right? I'm just working on my ability to draw from my knees and shoot, and try that from different positions. The next position you want to make sure you try is actually sitting down. Not just on your knees, but all the way on your butt. I prefer my legs crossed when I do it. And that teaches you to use different parts of your body, because the muscles that are available for you to draw when standing up versus sitting down on your behind are different. So you want to have at least had experience practicing that before you go into the field. The next drill I like to work on is standing up from behind cover. When I'm calling elk, I like to set up in front of the cover that I'm using so it's breaking up behind me. With good camo, Last year I killed my bull at 6 yards. Had no idea I was there. But sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes he comes around a different way. Sometimes they try to come up behind a different direction, or another bull sneaks up on you. This exercise allows you to practice drawing and standing while being behind cover. It's a pretty simple. I'm just here, target's on the other side of this bush. I get down kneeled. So basically you visualize the bull coming. He's coming. I stand up my back leg first. That allows me personally to be more stable when rising. I come up, my leg goes forward. I'm in my shooting position. I settle and I shoot. Doing this allows you to make sure you are good on your draw, because if you let off at all, that bow's going to want to come out of that valley and jump on you, right? It makes sure that you're good and locked as you come up. I typically practice this at a fairly short distance. I'm here at 10 yards off of the target is all, because I'm working on close situation. This is happening because, man, that bull came around and I got to get up and I got to shoot him, right? He's going to hit my wind right there, and he's right there. You're just trying to be prepared for out in the field. So I like doing this exercise as well. Hey, thanks for watching today's episode, and hope you learned something from the different drills that I use personally to get ready for this archery season. You know, you're never fully 100% ready, right? You get the adrenaline and everything that's going on, and you can't duplicate that. But what you can do is these drills to build the muscle memory to be ready. To at least your body will know what it's supposed to do. Standing up, sitting down, holding your draw are all things that happen often in the field. So at least having prepared for that greatly increases your ability to be successful. Appreciate you watching today. Be sure to check out our other episodes coming up, including our Idaho archery elk hunt, Colorado archery elk hunt, and finally my son's first elk tag. He drew a cow tag, and it's a rifle hunt, and he's super excited. Thanks everybody for watching the Addiction series, and like always, if you got any questions, any comments, leave them. We'll get back to you. We'll answer your questions the best we can, and feel free to reach out to us anytime. Good luck out there, everyone.